Hello everyone, it is Shadows1 and I'm here to present to you guys Aatrox, the Darkin Blade. He's finally been revealed about 2 hours ago. This was announced 15:20. They are going by like army, military time, which that equates to 3:20. I'm guessing that's also, West Coast of the US time, which is about 3 hours behind here on the East Coast. So that was announced 3:20. It's 8:30 now, so it's about about 2 hours. This has been out for 2 hours now, but I figure I would go ahead and let you guys know about this anyway if you didn't decide to click on it and whatnot. Aatrox, the Darkin Blade, emerges from the shadows of history to slake his thirst for blood and battle. This deft warrior cuts down his foes and drains their life force with his blade. Aatrox's abilities cost health to cast, so pretty much like Vladimir. All of Vladimir's abilities cost health except for his Q. But yeah, anyway. Let's go on to, the abilities of Aatrox. Bloodwell, which is his passive. Aatrox stores a portion of his ability's health cost in the Bloodwell, which slowly drains to a base amount while he is out of combat. When Aatrox loses all of his health, he draws on the Bloodwell and recovers the amount of health stored. So, I'm assuming it's going to reach a cap. It's not going to be like, oh, you can instantly get all of your health back or anything like that. It might be just like half health or something like that, where it's on par with a Guardian Angel. We'll have to see how they have that worked in. Dark Flight. Aatrox rises into the air and slams into the ground, or slams into a target location. Enemies within the impact zone are knocked up and take damage, while nearby enemies take damage. So, I think kind of a mixture of like Lulu's ultimate and Jarvan's knockup per se. I can't be completely sure. Again, we'll have to see all this in play. Bloodthirst. Aatrox heals himself on every third attack. Activating Bloodthirst toggles Blood Price. Blood Price. Every third attack now deals bonus damage instead of healing Aatrox. Aatrox loses health based upon the bonus damage dealt. So like Xin Zhao's rally or battle cry, except it can also be used like let's say Vladimir's blood pool, for instance. His sanguine pool. That's the closest thing I can think of right now to closer resemble that. So it's a mixture of Xin Zhao's passive battle cry and blood or sanguine pool from Vladimir in a way. Blades of Torment. Aatrox fires a line attack that damages and slows enemies caught in its path. Aatrox is refunded a part of the health cost if Blades of Torment strike an enemy champion. So, I assume that's going to be used for pushing and stuff like that. Again, all this is just speculation on my part right now. We'll have to see how he plays once they actually release him. And Massacre, which is his ultimate. Upon activation, Aatrox instantly damages enemies in an area around him. For the duration of Massacre, Aatrox gains bonus attack speed, range. Massacre has no health cost. So out of all the abilities, Dark Flight, Bloodthirst, Blades of Torment, Massacre is the only one that doesn't cost health to have activated. That's pretty good. And this is currently what he looks like, so I'm assuming that this is... Oh, well, yeah, I can't be the judge of that. That's, right to say, hey, this is just what he looks like. I'll go ahead and enlarge the image here. So, this is just Aatrox, I assume, scanning there. I have to assume this is his line attack, this is his jump, and this would be his ultimate. So, this would be his Q. This is, him just standing there. So this is his Q, this is his E. If I'm getting that right, no, that's his E. And then his W might look kind of like that, where it doesn't really change him all that much. But that would have to definitely be his Q, his E, and then his ultimate. Again, speculation, might not be, resemblance of the final product. So, For top lane, the sustain from Bloodthirst keeps Aatrox's health topped off, allowing him to farm through the laning phase. Aatrox excels as a duelist, able to switch to Blood Price for heavy burst damage when trading with his lane opponent. After the exchange, Aatrox can toggle back to Bloodthirst to top off his health. When he's ready to finish the job, Massacre adds significantly to an already potent burst combo. If the lane isn't going Aatrox's way, the knock-up effect from Dark Flight can be used to set up ganks for his jungler. Or if Aatrox has bullied his enemy out of the top lane, he can push aggressively, safe in the knowledge that the disengage from Dark Flight and Blades of Torment's slow will aid his escape when enemies come charging. Even when things go totally wrong, Bloodwell offers a second chance to secure kills or make a quick exit. So they're expecting him to be a top laner. Well, again, the metagame's going to change, and we'll see how everybody else decides to play him. We saw Thresh when he was first bought out, played in every lane, played as the jungle to see exactly how he's good, and people were like, okay, he's a decent top, but he really excels at supporting. So yeah. Team fights. Aatrox's mobility gives him an innate ability to pressure enemy carries in team fights. Bloodthirst grants Aatrox plenty of sustain as he tangos with the enemy initiators and tanks. When he sees an opportunity to reach an enemy carry, Dark Flight closes the gap and allows the punishment to begin. When Aatrox is in deep, the area of effect burst and extra damage from Massacre and slow on Blades of Torment prevent high-value targets from escaping, all while consistent healing from Bloodthirst and resurrection effect from Bloodwell keep him alive long enough to cut through enemy squishies. If Aatrox's team is on the defensive, a well-aimed Blades of Torment can slow multiple enemies and open a window for retreating allies to slip away. Alternatively, he can kite enemies with Dark Flight and create an opportunity for the remainder of his team to turn and counter-initiate. If Aatrox is focused, Bloodthirst sustain and the Bloodwell keep him in the fight, giving his team an opportunity to cut through foes as he resurrects and delivers the killing blow. And then here's the story. I'll just go ahead and read this because we're already here, why not? His quote: "Some fight for honor, some fight for glory. It only matters that you fight." That's deep. That's deep, guys. Yeah. No, seriously though, that's a good quote. Aatrox is a legendary warrior, one of five that remain of an ancient race known as the Darkin. He wields his massive blade with grace and poise, slicing through legions in a style that is hypnotic to behold. With each foe felled, Aatrox's seemingly living blade drinks in their blood, empowering him and fueling his brutal, elegant companion of slaughter. The earliest tale of Aatrox is as old as recorded history. It tells of a war between two great factions, remembered only as the Protectorate and the Mage Lords. Over time, the Mage Lords won a series of crushing victories, leaving them on the brink of obliteration. Over time, the Mage Lords won a series of crushing victories, leaving them on the brink of obliteration. Obliterating their sworn enemies forever. Wow, I misread that wrong. Wow. Oh yeah, ridding them on the brink of on the day of the final confrontation, the Protectorate army found themselves outnumbered, exhausted, and poorly equipped. They braced for the inevitable defeat. Just when all hope seemed lost, Aatrox appeared among the ranks of the Protectorate. Within but a few words, he urged the soldiers. He urged the soldiers to fight to the last before throwing himself into battle. His presence inspired the desperate warriors. At first, they could only watch in awe as this unknown hero cleaved through their enemies, his body and blade moving in unison, as if one being. Soon, the warriors found themselves imbued with a potent thirst for battle. They followed Aatrox into the fray, each fighting with the furious strength of 10 until they had won a most unlikely victory. Aatrox vanished after the battle, but the Protectorate's army's newly found fury did not. Their surprising triumph led to many more until they were able to finally return home victorious. Their countrymen hailed them as heroes, but they thought they had saved their country, their entire civilization from destruction. Darkness lingered in the mind of each warrior. Something within them had changed over time. Over time, their memories of battle faded, only to be replaced with a grim revelation. Their acts of heroism were in fact brutal atrocities committed by their own hands. Tales like these appear among the myths of many cultures. If they are all to be believed, Aatrox's presence had changed the course of some of the most important wars in history. Though these stories remember him as a savior in dark times, Aatrox's true legacy may be a world filled with conflict and strife. And then his quote again: some fight for honor, some fight for glory. It only matters that you fight. Aatrox. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry I stumbled there. I'm reading this in the dark, because why not? But yeah, hopefully you all, are kind of excited for Aatrox as I am. I know I was told by a couple people that, new characters were leaked, but let's be honest here, when they were working on Thresh, they were already working on 4 other champions. That's, they kind of openly admitted that in one of their, debut videos, like, hey, we aren't just working on one champion at a time. They've got multiple people working on multiple champions at once. I guess they're releasing Aatrox now. Like when Lissandra was being worked on, so was Aatrox, and so were like 2 others that may have been leaked. But yeah, hopefully you guys are excited for Aatrox as I am. I can't wait to try him out, see what he's all about, and see if he is OP like a lot of the other previous champions that have just been released have been, or if he's actually where he should be, like Lissandra is, and like Thresh was, and stuff like that. There have been very few that aren't OP the second like that they're launched, but most of them are. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait for this guy to be out. We can't wait to play him, and yeah, as always, I will see you all next time.